He doesn't want to control at all. He wants us to be working together with him in relationship, walking together, and therefore sharing his heart with us, that inspires us to outwork his heart in our destiny. But I don't have to outwork something that isn't my destiny. Just because a problem, I don't have to fix them all. You know, that's why it's important to know, what is the Father doing in this situation, so that I can come into alignment with it and not necessarily make an assumption that I have to do something here. You know, how many people must have died in the 3.5 years Jesus was in ministry in Israel? Lots. Did he raise every one of them from the dead? Not recorded. So even though he had the ability to do that, he didn't do it just because he could do it. He only did that when it was something in an alignment with the Father's heart for a particular reason that the Father had, you know, and then he raised people from the dead, you know, but he didn't raise everybody. And we should also be circumspect in making sure we don't do things just because we can, or that there's a problem that we're to fix it. When we live in a place of rest, we can just be. And our being is the key. It's not like, well, I'm available, therefore he will do this. It's just me being me and me outworking my destiny in relationship with him, just because I am, you know, and that takes the pressure off. I don't have to be anybody else. I don't have to try and be anything. I don't have to try and do things like anybody else. I just have to be me. Now, yeah, there's a shaping of that where I may have been shaped by my past or other things in the process. But, you know, my identity is found in him. The closer I am to him, the easier it is to see mirrored back who I am. You know, and that really is just it. You know, I mean, I am proactive about it. My desire is that I would be more like him, therefore I'm aware that that means changes. So most of those changes are the way we think, because as a person is, that's how they think in their heart. So if I think in alignment with his heart and his mind, then I'm going to be that person. It's only when my thinking is aligned with something else is the problem. And renewing of the mind is an ongoing process, and which says we can present ourselves as living sacrifices. So we can choose to surrender as a matter of desire. I choose to surrender as a living sacrifice every day. He can do whatever he wants in that process, but he includes me more and more in the process, the more mature I get. There's a sense where, yes, we died with him. So it's a recognition that through the cross, everything has been done necessary for us to live in that, but it's a process of beginning to realize and think according to it. So I just want to give him my life. That's really what it is. And I want him to have full freedom to do whatever he wants in relationship with me. But I'm getting more and more responsible in that. So, you know, we have conversations and he trusts me to go ahead and do some stuff. You know, I don't get as much detail as I used to get because I don't need it anymore, because I know his heart more and I know the freedom to outwork his heart. So I don't have to try and please him, try and be obedient to something he said, because he's not giving me a set of laws. He's sharing his heart, you know, and that's a very different view from an old covenant type. You know, you have to do this or else. You know? And if we're in relationship, we love because he first loved us. So I think the primary thing in this whole relational perspective is to experience his love, to be loved. Then we will then express his love. That's part of the process. So.